Hello everybody and welcome to the 5th episode of Film Tip Fridays with a Z at the end, of course, from yours truly, Zomboy Productionz. So, anyway, today we are going to be doing a head explosion, which is really awesome. I'll just give you a moment to realize the awesomeness. But yeah, you're going to be able to explode anyone's head. It's going to be sweet. And what you're going to need is Motion 5, which is about, I think it's $49.99 US on the Mac App Store. Not sure about other places, but anyway, yeah. So, okay, load up your Motion 5, and you'll see you got the timeline and all that. If you don't know how to use Motion 5, you should look that up, because this is not a Motion 5 tutorial. This is how to do a head exploding in Motion 5 tutorial. So anyway, get your footage. In this case, mine is in Photoshop. So, I mean, not Photoshop, Photo Booth. So, let me just find the scene of me getting my head exploded. So, alright, here it is. Alright, so in your scene, make sure you get a nice mix of cool, like maybe moving your hands around after the head comes off or something. Shift Z. Now we have our, move this over, we have our main footage, we have me, and let's just take a little scroll through the park of my clip. So, strolling through my clip using the scroller, and right here you can see, right when I flinch, that's when I want my head to explode. Just right there. So let's go right there. Okay, so now, what you're going to do is you also want a shot of just the background behind your actor. So make sure you use a still camera or a tripod. So what you're going to do with this is you're going to drag it right on top, right where, actually, I'm sorry, adjust so it's right under your clip. And you want it to be there right when your head flinches. So I would say it's right over there. Flinch. Okay. So next what you're going to do is, let's find our blood effect. So I'm going to go grab my blood effect out of my Finder, and I will edit this so you won't have to watch me get it out. And I'll be back when I have the blood. Okay, so now I have my blood little thing there, but obviously it's not scaled, and this is from Action Essentials 2 by Video Copilot, just so you know. It's about $99.99 for US for the standard 720p version, and I think the 1081 is like $100 more, around there. So what we're going to do with our blood is take it to where I flinch, right there. So we're going to drag it right here, and then we're going to actually size it so it's a big enough thing that could blow off a head, or at least look like. So let's just move it here. Sorry for my sound effects. Right there, good. Okay, and now just make it really big. You can zoom out if you want to. You could always change the blending mode by inspecting it, and properties, blend mode, multiply. Oh yeah, that's a nice dark blood. I like that. Yeah, multiply is cool. So next, what you are going to do is, okay, so good. We got the actual. Oh wait, let's move it over just a bit so it's a little more on scale. You know what? It definitely needs to be bigger. Yeah, so this is all about trying to get it to look awesome. Alright, so now we got that. So we have this big, this blood thing, but now you're probably asking, like, what about the actual head falling off? So we're actually not going to see the head fall off itself, but we are going to see me missing my head. So right here, so the blood covers up, and you see down here we have our background. we're actually going to go to our original layer. And we're going to, first let's just hide our blood. And we're going to split the clip right where the blood happens. Split. And we're going to split it. And now we, okay, so. Mom, I was filming something. I told you 5 times I was filming something. Okay, so now what you're going to do is split the clip. Split. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we are going to make sure we're selected on our newly split clip. Make sure it's not the original. So we're on the newly split clip. We're going to go to our mask. We are going to, it's your preference. I'm going to do a Bezier. We are actually going to mask. It doesn't have to be right on because this is a simple scene. So just make sure you get your head. And then for the like ripped remains, kind of make like a zigzag here, just for added effect. Alright, and you can see here that it took out my head. That's not what we want. What we're going to do, go to your inspector, invert the mask. So now as you can see, it's fine here, but then when the blood happens, which we have hidden, let's just show you. Bam. Then the masked layer is placed in there. So we get a like that, which is pretty cool. So what we're going to do next is make it so this isn't just some black layer. What we're actually going to do is move our movie thing down here. So now that black is replaced by the layer we had from before. And you can actually adjust the brightness. As you can see, you can kind of see the difference over there. Just go to properties, or actually library. Oh, loading. Filters. Color, brightness. Just apply it. And then what you can do, go to your inspector and just kind of make it match a little better. See? And there we go. So now, what we basically did was after the blood hits, what we do is we split the clip. So what we have is a masked part, and then we had to adjust the background clip a little because it wasn't like at the current point, because we actually split that too by accident. So we just had to move it over so it shows in the background. So if there's a black hole right there, just move your clip over. So next, what we're going to do is now we are going to do the actual like limb, like the like stub sticking out. Oh, and look at this. Yeah, it seems like it was a little off timing. You can just arrange it quickly like that. Yeah, and also, you're probably going to realize midway through you may want to resize something again, just so it covers up more and you don't just see it disappearing. You don't want the audience to see your head just vanish randomly. You want the blood to actually cover that. So, just adjust that. Alright, so now what you have is you can stop here, but if you really want to show the aftermath and actually have like the bone sticking out, what you're gonna do is get a picture of like a fake severed hand, unless you want a picture of a real one, because they don't really have like head stubs on the internet. So just get a picture like just like this, of where you just get that like gross like bone sticking out, and you're just gonna bring it in. And as you can see, it looks weird. What you're just going to do is rotate that so it can actually stick up right there. And what you're going to do is mask it. So just mask it like that. So now you eliminated the rest of it. So what you're going to do next is go to your blending modes, or you could always go to Photoshop if you want to, and maybe do linear burn, something to get rid of that weird glow. So I would say like maybe not that. Just play around with it actually. But if you can't seem to find a blend mode that really eliminates a glow or anything else like this has a glow, you can always just go back to masking and just get really close, and yeah, like that. So that's just almost done. I mean, depending on the scale of your project, you might want to really take your time on this process, because if you want it to be almost perfect, you are going to need to be really intact and detailed. So yeah, so go to intersect to finish that off, because you're having two Beziers and you're going to want to do intersect. And if you have any questions, just ask me in the comments. I will try and sort this out for you. So yeah, you can adjust it a little more if you want. And so yeah, I'm just going like that. And alright, almost done. Just a couple more quirks. Actually, feather. So just go here and feather it. And that should actually get rid of most of that external material. So what you're going to do next is arrange it so it's right here. And actually put it underneath the layer that's just your plain background. Or, like, put it underneath... Sorry, I said that wrong. Put it underneath the layer of you, but above the layer of the background. So it will actually be behind the little stub there. And so yeah, and if you want to readjust the head kind of like thing right there, just go back to your original clip with your head and go back to the masking and maybe do a freehand mask a little bit, just so it's, you know, really nice and zigzaggy like that. Yeah. And just loop it around. And you obviously are going to need to invert that. Oh, I so screwed this up. Just pull this down. Sorry, guys. I am just as new at this as you. This is like my second time doing an exploding head. So just kind of rearrange it so it looks like weird and just like destroyed. Yeah, that kind of looks cool. So next, you are pretty much done if you just watch. And boom. And as you can see, you just gotta rearrange when the actual hand appears. As you can see, it was a little delayed there. So you're gonna want it right the second your head disappears. You want the stub. So you can additionally keyframe it if your actor is moving. And of course you can add a sound, which should be cool, but you know how to add a sound. If you don't, just do it right now. Just cause I care for you. So what you're just gonna do, file browser, and go to your music, and then just find your way to wherever your sound effects are. Let's just get a gun. So, nope, it's not a gun. Rifle. Well, you can't hear it because it is actually, the recording thing is weird. So what you're going to do with the rifle is go to your media, find rifle, wherever it is. Just add it right there, actually. Sorry, don't put it there. Put it right there. And then rearrange it to play when your head explodes. So, yeah, and this is what the full thing will look like. Sorry, my Mac is really glitchy. And I don't know why it shows up like that. Oh, okay, just move it. And just play it, and boom. And you can see there is some little things that you can tweak with the masking, of course. It's all about trial and error, but you can make a pretty cool video and show to your friends that you exploded your head. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and as always, please recommend what effects you want, preferably horror related, but I'm open to do other stuff.